You're watching the Minnesota State Lottery's Environmental Journal. When you think of which kinds of people most often use Minnesota's vast array of outdoor resources, one group may not readily come to mind. It's true, handicapped Minnesotans often have a more difficult time gaining access to our lakes and parks, but that's slowly changing. Many disabled people are devoted sportsmen and women, just like anyone else. And because they enjoy using our natural resources, they too are working to protect, preserve, and gain access to them.
There you go. Yeah, that might work.
These paralyzed veterans are working for a good cause. They're assembling houses for wood ducks, bats, and bluebirds. The houses will help protect the animals from predators, giving them a better survival rate.
It's just a good project for the state. It's located down by Mankato, the Swan Lake. It's about 70 miles here from the cities. And so that's personally why I got involved. Plus, I do a little duck hunting, too. I do a little duck hunting. And this was just some way of kind of giving back a little bit to the, for the habitats.
The volunteers are from the Minnesota chapter of the Paralyzed Veterans of America, or PVA for short. They're here to help the animals, but they hope to help other people as well.
I'm a volunteer for the Paralyzed Veterans of America, and I just get a lot of accomplishment out of helping out. It makes me feel good to help out in different areas. When I heard about, Wildlife Forever coming in to do some conservation work, make some mallard houses and some bat houses stuff, it showed me another opportunity to do some volunteer work, which I think is an important step for all disabled outdoorsmen, is to be able to give back what they take. Everybody should do a little conservation. It gives a good sense of feeling pride, accomplishment.
Yeah, Duck might actually use this one.
We're at Swan Lake, which is our first attempt to put into practice the concept that we came up with. The idea that disabled sportsmen can participate in traditional outdoor activities, but we're trying to build a legacy of conservation by disabled sportsmen. And yesterday you saw these two stellar wood craftsmen here building these boxes. So now we're at Swan Lake, and the idea is we are going to put these out on the lake. Over the next several years, we'll build as many of these as we can to enhance the duck habitat on a lake that needs some help. There are some ducks here, but they've had some problems. And so that's what we are going to attempt with a variety of different organizations, Capable Partners, Paralyzed Veterans of America, and of course, Wildlife Forever.
Lou Deal is the director of the Wildlife Forever's HAWC program. HAWC stands for Handicapped Americans for Wildlife Conservation. The basic principles behind HAWC are simple. If you can participate in outdoor activities, you can help preserve them.
Most people don't think that our disabled sportsmen are capable of doing something like this, and we're out to prove that they're wrong. They've got a tremendous amount of skill and energy. All they need is a little help to get there. We're going to open a door basically and let them go through that door and show that they can be a major player in the conservation of our resources in this country. Nobody's ever asked them to join in before, and that's what we're going to do. Like I said, it's just an attitude problem with the general public. If you look at the capabilities of disabled sportsmen, they snow ski, they climb mountains, they do a variety of activities. Well, we're going to make sure that they join in our conservation efforts.
We have behind us one of the most unique wildlife resources in southern Minnesota, and in fact all of the upper Midwest. It's called Swan Lake. It's a 10,000-acre wetland complex that is home to literally thousands and thousands of wetland birds and waterfowl. We've been in a 12-year project to restore this wetland complex. It's a unique marsh. And we're running into problems with not having enough personnel to do all the work that needs to be done on this lake. We're constantly seeking assistance. And Wildlife Forever has been instrumental in assisting us with a program that we're just getting underway called our Wood Duck Box program.
The goal is to place dozens of wood duck boxes on the lake, which should help produce hundreds more wood ducks. But they're also putting out bat boxes to help foster a healthy bat population.
Right now, these flies are eating me alive, so we get these bat boxes out here. It's called biocontrol, the natural way to control insect pests. And there's very few bat boxes around here, we learned, so we want to put out as many of those as we can. They can go work at night. They're the night shift on controlling insects. And once again, they'll build them, and we'll put them out here.
Lou says it's especially important that this project succeed, as it's a model for the entire country.
What we hope to do here by bringing together different organizations and going very slow and easy is to figure out how we can all work together to include disabled sportsmen, to be actively engaged in our wildlife conservation efforts. You know, Wildlife Forever is committed to this. And the model that we build here, we want to take it across the entire country. We want to take it to Georgia, to Utah, whatever, and say, look, folks, we did it in Minnesota. There's projects we can do in your state, too, if we bring together the right people with the right attitude and make sure that there's wildlife forever for everybody.
This project's not going to be an overnight success. It will have to play out over the course of several years. But for these early participants, the sky's the limit.
We're going to start small and make this at least a 4 or 5 year project so that we do it right, we do it safely, and we build for the future, build that outdoor legacy for these disabled sportsmen.
Over the next few years, the paralyzed veterans will build as many of these houses as possible. If they build too many for Swan Lake, the extra wood duck houses will go to similar lake projects in other parts of the state.